everyone, this is Mary with Studio B. I am bringing you a beginner series of accessible movement. This movement can be done seated or standing, but today we're doing our standing practices, and we're also focusing on the spine. So today we're going to hit the lower region, the lumbar and the pelvic area. So before we begin movement, we want to make sure we have a strong foundation to practice with. So we simply check in and make sure the feet are hip width distance apart. We want to make sure our knees are loose. We don't want them to be rigid because we want to absorb the movement. We want to make sure the hips are aligned over the knees and the feet, the shoulders as well, and also that our head and neck are aligned over the shoulders, which are aligned over the hips, knees, and feet. So we have this wonderful, strong foundation to begin our practice with. So as with all of our practices, we need to listen to what our body is telling us. So if there's any pain during this practice, please discontinue. We want it to be a nice, mild stretch and for it to feel comfortable and doable. If you do find yourself feeling a little bit of pain, please stop and you can visualize this exercise as well. So since we're going to do this for the lower area, I'm going to turn to the side for the first set of this movement so you can see what I'm doing. So we are going to target, again, the lower lumbar. And we can do this by placing a hand on the abdomen and also on the back, the lower back here. This movement is going to be very small, but it does have a great benefit of releasing the muscles that we can hold tight in our lower back all day. So to begin with, I'm going to slowly tilt my pelvic forward. You can bring in the abdominal muscles, and then I'm slowly releasing. And this movement is small. We're not doing a big thrust here. We're just, again, beginning to gently loosen these muscles here. And you can really engage the abdomen here if that feels good. Again, you can feel it if your hands are placed there. And we're going to check in and make sure our knees aren't locked. So that can definitely cause issues. You might actually lose your balance. So again, making sure the knees are loose, slow and steady for this movement. Again, we're bringing the pelvic area forward. It's rocking it forward, so it's very helpful for the lower back here. We're going to do 3 more of these, and then I'll turn back to face you so we can do a couple more sets together. But again, slow movement, and it has a big reward. It's the last one here. So what we're doing this movement for, again, is our lumbar area, for myself in particular, holds a lot of tension. This is where my disability is, so the muscles get very tight in that area. And I also need to be cautious when I'm doing movement that I don't do too much. So I have found these movements can really help bring release in those muscle areas by just gently engaging them. So we're going to do another set of 10. Again, if you'd like to place your hand on your abdomen, you can, and the other hand on the lower back, so you can feel what you're doing. And let's connect our breath to this set. So on an inhale, we'll rock forward. On an exhale, release. And the reason I'm not inhaling it forward and releasing, we're not trying to go back here with the pelvic, we're trying to go forward. So 3 going forward with an inhale, the exhale, release. 4 inhaling, bringing that navel to the spine if that's helpful, and then releasing, inhaling it forward. Again, this movement should be felt mainly in the lower back and the pelvic area. We're not clenching anything else, we're just gentle movement. And inhaling it forward, releasing, we have 3 more. Inhaling forward, making sure the knees are nice and bent. Inhaling forward and releasing, and inhaling them forward and releasing. Taking a moment to check in with the body here, making sure that the feet are still hip width apart, the knees are loose, slightly bent. Sometimes we have a tendency to thrust the jaw out or move the head and neck, so just making sure we're aligned again. Then we'll do our last set of 10, and we'll link it with the breath again. If the hands feel comfortable here, go ahead and place them. Inhaling this rock forward, the pelvic rock forward. Exhaling the release. Inhaling forward. Release. Inhaling forward. Releasing. Making sure the knees are nice and loose. Inhaling forward. Exhale, release. We're halfway through this last set. Inhaling it forward and releasing. Inhaling forward. Again, we want to feel a full range of motion, even if it's small. Really feeling that full movement as we bring the pelvic area forward. And we're releasing. Inhaling it forward. We have 2 more. Exhale, release. Inhaling forward. Release. Last one, inhaling it forward. Exhaling, release. We're going to take this moment here to really feel that area that we just moved, to really check in. We're bringing our awareness there when we are doing these movements by connecting the breath. And we're really feeling the full range of motion, even if it's small. I appreciate the time you took to do this accessible movement with me today, and please check back in for more practices in the beginner series. Thank you.